Often what we see is that a division opponent who you play 2 times a year becomes a marquee rival. Which team was that for you?
There was already a very long and storied history between the two franchises, and then things escalated, simply because of modern technology. The first thing that came up during media availability that week was a back and forth on social media. It seemed as if I had entered into the league's most talked about rivalry overnight. Yeah, I could have left it alone. But when someone runs their mouth, sometimes you need to walk the walk and talk the talk.
Today, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports.
City that's played host to 10 Super Bowls. Here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
15, incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Oh, battle for here, and this will be caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
It's a
first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down.
Well, Charles, it's always contentious division rivalry, even a little spicier than we're used to. The well-documented war of words on social media between two of the top players on these teams has really added a layer of intrigue.
You're absolutely right, Bart.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
On first down, Pryor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He's tackled.
But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They'll run on first down. Pryor. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Marlon Davidson on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and
from the midfield stripe. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. He nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there at 22. So as this offense gets settled in, you know, a game like this, how important do you think it will be for both of these teams to maintain their composure?
I think that the good news is that this is a physical, emotional game. And look, if they can find a way to harness that intense energy, it could end up being beneficial for both teams. But what both of them have to realize, and especially this quarterback, the objective is still just to win the game. It's not that.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Oh, that was dangerous. Thrown into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
He'll buy some time right. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mike Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Draw play to the running back.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Now the throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
At the 49-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. Washington. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
2nd and 10.
From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
On 3rd down, Washington. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now. Out past the 20. Going deep here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Sammy Watkins, 79 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw. Washington. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are.
And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. And double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Seth DeValve, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Saints, nothing. Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free. Maybe
that greater impact comes here on this drive. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Washington. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun, Washington. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Washington. This is the tight end, Njoku. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Washington. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Oh, now he bowls him over. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
A About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Mixon with a first down and more. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Rashad Penny with a touchdown run. From there, we're up.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Fielded in the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third down.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
Looking to throw. Washington. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Washington over the middle of Chris Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that they're very main track.
And a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jenkins. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick
now
off.
Following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
The quarterback on the keeper.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Number 38, the ball carrier.
It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Washington. And this is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And now to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Washington. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The Saints on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Washington. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Taken down and sacked.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Joe Mixon, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them, because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. On 1st and 10, Washington. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run out.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have what they do. That fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
The kicker on for the point.
So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight. From across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, partner, I I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Mixon with a first down carry. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the Saints.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Operating from the gun, Washington. This one caught by Ridley. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's got a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the gun, Washington. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38, past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build up and get it done. And maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
11 yards there, first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
11 yards there, just like last play.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, everyone really proud of him, probably his agent, as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Roughing the passer defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw on second down. Washington, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. 30, 20, 10. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the...
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Mike Edwards picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. So I'm thinking it's not going to take too long to get a reaction from this quarterback now that this one's over.
You'd certainly think so, considering how eager he was to go back and forth with trash talk ahead of the game. But then again, oftentimes the best course of action to get under your rival's skin might be just to move on. Leave it alone. Put him in the spotlight today. Now you take the spotlight away from him.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
Kick it and go. Kick it and kick it and go. We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go.
Running it back, never a cap, out of the draft, watching me ball, soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them all, breaking them off, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do, sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew, you need a win, who need a win, that's all we do, I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine, they running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them.
Step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We'll step on, spin, move, in zone, scope. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go.
Putting it down for that, time I was down and out, had to bring grinding back, doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at, you know what it be, playing this here for the keeps, had to make out with a feast, I family to feed, third cold where the trophy should be, EA got me in the game now, read on with the gang now, they're hearing with a lane now, my home second with a rain now, legendary on the field, kinda drip is a skill, it's the highest cruiser field, ain't nothing.